Time for another special edition of Litter Media Live. I'm Dan Ramey, and with me in studio here today are members of Shine on Chillicothe, the committee that puts all the beauty in downtown Chillicothe, right there in the park. And you gals have, you came in today with green all over your face and everything from the trees and all. We've been touching on that. We'll talk more about it coming up in just a moment, but we have Erica Oliver with us and also Nancy Gomez, and we're going to learn more about this Friday night's event and what you'll get to see down in Chillicothe Park. But first, these words from Rathkamp Financial.
At Rathkamp Financial, we act as your advocate in all wealth matters. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust with our customized investment solutions. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
Shine on Chillicothe, downtown Chillicothe is the event, 6 o'clock Friday night, November 17th. Then next thing you know, we're going to flip a switch and all the lights are going to come on. You've been behind the scenes making all this work for a number of weeks now, haven't you?
Yeah, we start the very first week of October. We're actually putting up Christmas lights while they're setting up the Halloween festival.
I was picturing earlier this year as I was driving around downtown and I saw the arches along the gated fence outside of Chillicothe Park, and I thought, man, they're starting early. But you're used to this. You know how to plot this out now.
If you want to put up 200 or 300,000 Christmas lights, you have to start early. And we get a lot of people that roll through and see what we're doing, and they say, awful early, isn't it? And, we kind of have a chuckle about that.
But you have to.
Yes,
because
absolutely.
There's so much.
Yeah.
Now, if you had 80 people doing this, it might help out, but you don't, do you?
Right. And we do it 2-3 days a week. That way we're not overwhelmed. We all have other, things we want to get done during the season too. So that way we don't overwhelm ourselves. We spread it out in a few days a week.
Yeah.
There are 10 of us.
A total of 10 on the committee.
Yes.
But your husband's involved also, right?
Well, I just get him involved when we need to get the bucket truck out.
Gotcha.
So we kind of manage everything on the ground, and then we call in the big guns kind of the last week before and get all the stuff that needs done aerially.
But the plotting and all that kind of stuff, you 10 ladies you're the brain children of this.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And we actually start in January. As soon as we take the decorations down, we start meeting every month to plan out the rest of the year and then hit the ground running October 1st.
Yeah. Folks are watching this. We've got behind us, we have some of what you'll see downtown and what you have seen, like last year. One of the new additions that I enjoyed was the big display of credit to the people involved, donors and so on and so forth, and your sponsors.
Yes, we love that card. The Russells, sorry, I'm going to misplace their first name, so I'll just say Russells, dad and daughter duo, made that for us last year. And then Metropolis Design made that beautiful nostalgic design on the card. And that's been just completed the Hallmark scene, if you will, that being up top there. And it's actually being in place today. That's what Lisa's down there doing. So you'll be able to see that.
It's a very nice way to honor the people who are donating to this project and who help light up the park, because there are lots and lots of people who donate.
Yeah. When I was shooting video last year, there was a couple standing and reading it, and we want to get out of your shot. And I said, no, I want you in there because I want people to see you reading this. This is what it's there for.
That's right. Yeah.
It takes a lot of people to put this together. It takes a lot of money to put it together as well. And we'll talk a little bit more about how people can donate and help out in that fashion. Let's talk about things that you will see downtown. Santa's house has been moved. You've added a chair. Some of the familiar things are back, like the big ornament with the star in the middle.
Yes.
Tell us about how that all came together.
Well, like she said, in January, we start planning. We have a map that we do. We start shopping sales books because you get really good deals in January, sometimes like 50% off. So we try to get that stuff in real early, carry a little bit of money over into the new year to be able to make some purchases. We try to pick out items and then sell them to donors in the community. Like the chair that we put in place, we had picked that out early and specifically tried to go to people that we thought would be able to fund that and get that covered. South Central Power gave us a large grant this year, and we were able to purchase a 20-foot tunnel that you can walk through that will be kind of in between the Enderlin Circle and the Armory. So we've moved more stuff over into that grassy area to expand. So that's like a color-changing tunnel that's interactive that you can walk through. So we've added that this year. We've wrapped several more trees just with string lights, because that's something that is cost-effective and simple for us to do, because it's the volunteers, the ladies, just doing that on ladders, and you don't have to pay a bucket truck or anything to be there. So
we have moved our Christmas tree walk.
Oh, yes.
Last year it was on the side of the lake by the YMCA. This year it has moved by the gazebo right along the lake, so you can walk from the road going through Yoctangi Park over to the lake and go right through the trees, and it's beautiful. So on the other side of the lake, in place of the tree walk from last year, we have tomato cage trees. So we took tomato cages and turned them upside down and decorated them with lights, and so they line the other side of the
That was our little grassroots project. Yeah. Santa Tom donated a bunch of lights that he got on clearance last year from Lowe's, and so we used those that way to replace that Christmas walk so it wasn't bare over there. So we try to do a little mix of some homemade things and some, nice commercial stuff that we purchased to balance it out.
And our committee will be very excited in January and start talking about all the things we want to do next year. Yeah. And Erica will have to rein us in and say, well, the electricity will only go so far. We can only run 150
sometimes the bearer of bad
from
news.
A power source, and so she'll tell us what we can and cannot do.
What's it like to have someone on staff that has that knowledge built in?
It's wonderful. We would not function without Erica.
Yeah.
She plans it, and she's the executor. Well, that didn't sound quite right, but...
Well, you've got executor and executioner.
Yes, I'm tough when I need to be. I'm tough when I need to be.
But, we have learned a lot from her about electricity and what we can and cannot do.
Yeah. I want to see Teresa Reap on a ladder. Is that happening?
She's been there.
Yeah.
She's been busy this year with the Hopewell thing going on. So hasn't been up on the ladder quite so much, but she's been with us in spirit and doing a lot of back office work for us.
Now you have some things that are on the ground, and that includes the memorial area. Where did the idea for the bulbs to come up?
I would assume that came from Teresa or Marcia Wagner.
I think that was Marcia and I maybe, and Teresa. Yeah, that was kind of the first year I got drug in here with Marcia, when she said, hey, do you think we can do some of this ourselves? And I said, well, sure, we can try it. And it's been successful, and that's one thing that we're trying to build on, is creating a volunteer culture where we can do those things and expand with volunteers instead of, having to pay for labor for this. So this year we put out a volunteer schedule. We do Tuesdays and Thursdays and every other Saturday starting in October. And we have tried to get people to come in and show them how to do this and help it grow. So that's one of our big goals, it's a big park. It's a huge park. Yeah. And to keep expanding, we need help. We need hands. We need cash. We need hands.
Absolutely.
I know several years ago when the campaign for this began, we were helping to promote it on radio, and the plan at some point in time is to have all of Yoctangi Park.
That'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
But it takes, again, a lot of lights, a lot of people, a lot of money to make that happen. Yep. Yeah. For those who, back to the Christmas trees that you have moved to the other side, that's over by the gazebo, right?
Yes.
And how many trees are decorated there?
We have 50 this year. Last year we had 25, and we doubled it this year.
That's fantastic. One of the things that stands out to me is walking down there is what lights reflect off of the lake. That just adds to the glamour of everything, I think.
Lisa loves that. That was one of her main goals with the tree walk, was to try to get them to line the lake to reflect like that. She really loves that too. Yeah, and it is beautiful.
And even if you're over on the other side of the lake, the YMCA side, you take a look up along the Water Street there, that's reflecting off of the lake as well. And if the fountain's going, it's even better.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
We also added behind the caboose, we added there's almost 1,000. They're color changing lights, and they're down the back of the hill. We keep calling it different things. It's almost like a waterfall, a snowfall, curtain light, whatever it is, but we're hoping that reflects off the lake. We haven't lit them up at night yet to see.
Yeah.
And, that may be something we have to move around next year because everything's trial and error. But we're excited about that. That's going to be interesting when you're driving through. You'll be able to see that coming down the hill behind the caboose to add a little depth over there, too.
Now, a few years ago, when Santa hits the light on the pole there, the lights on the tree come on. Will you have everything come on at once or just the tree this year?
So that's very complicated. Yeah. We have all of those lights plugged into 7 different electrical panels, 2 temporary panels, all the shelter houses. It's plugged in everywhere. We would need an army of people just ready to plug in at the countdown, so.
And what kind of electrical surge would that create?
Well, yeah, I mean, sure, we could do that, I guess, with a lot of brain work and miles of cords we can't afford. Yeah. But so just for ease, we decided tree lighting ceremony. Yeah. Everything's on, but we will turn the tree on as the peak moment.
So people have an opportunity to enjoy and see what it looks like. Because it will just be getting dark about 5:30.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And fortunately, to fall back, it's all going to work together, right? Yeah. Have you done some testing yet to see what things look like?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and everyone is apparently so excited because we keep driving through the park or, going out to dinner or something, and half of the lights in the park are on when they're not supposed to be on yet. So I think people are just getting really excited and plugging things in for us. And we're not quite ready
yet. Walking over, finding where the outlet is and
plugging
it in.
And taking selfies and stuff.
And then they forget to turn them back off.
Yeah, and we have to go over and politely say, hey, we're going to unplug these. They're not really supposed to be on yet, you know. And so we have seen them on. Yes. Several times.
And I have to confess, I did take a picture in the chair with my granddaughter. So.
Yes, there you go.
I thought it's there. Why not use it?
Oh, yes, for sure. Yeah.
And
we have done that as well.
So when we got out, I saw another couple getting out of their car to get into the chair as well. So you've got the bears that people can put their faces through. You've got the big... God bless the America.
Yes,
display.
The flag display.
Fantastic. And I was happy to see the cannon display back again.
Oh, it's so cool.
My favorite.
Yes.
Yeah. If people don't know what I'm talking about, the cannon in front of the armory, you've got, it looks like a blast coming out of the cannon.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was something that we worked with, I think Marsha or Teresa worked with our contractor from Columbus, and he had that designed and made for us, and got that little control box, and powers up. It's so cute.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, I guess a cannon's not cute. I don't know the right word for that.
It is cute.
It's very masculine and,
beefy in a way.
Yeah, there you go.
Last year you had green lighting on the armory. Has anything changed there?
No, although we are having music that will come out of the windows of the top floor of the armory. So that was something that we had tried to get last year, but it ended up being back ordered, and so that didn't work out. But we're going to move it to the armory. That way you can hear it when you're at Santa's house. Yeah. And we also have DJ Hazel will be in the park, and she's going to be set up over at the small Lions shelter. So we wanted to get that music kind of far away. That way they weren't clashing with each other, if they were down there at the same time. So we'll have music in some different areas.
And Santa's house is outside the outfield wall of Diamond 1 now.
Yes, it has moved.
That provides parking there at the armory. So that's a little different setup, but it's my understanding you've had 30,000 people come through last year to see the lights.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yes. The city's got the car counter down there. I noticed they put that down there this week, so they're ready to count cars again. Yeah. And we can use those numbers to apply for grants and things. So that's nice that they provide us that report at the end of the season so we can say, X amount of people came to see this.
Yeah. So there's 7-year-olds that are down there walking the route and everything. Don't jump up and down on that. It's counting cars.
Yeah, that's right.
No, jump up and down on that.
Inflate those numbers, right?
We laugh. It's, as many times as we go and check on the lights, probably 1,000 of those were us.
Probably, yes.
But we've got to make sure everything's on and working throughout the season. So
yeah, because there's times where something gets unplugged. There are people who are not Christmas happy, I guess, and they tend to
Come along
take
and
them.
And, you know, winter is a moist season, and GFCI's trip when they get moist sometimes. So, you know, if you go down there in the rain and something's off, sorry. So just a fact of electricity.
How many
So we
women
go-
do you know those acronyms right there? Not many. Heck, I don't
Ground
know
fault,
those
circuit
acronyms.
We're all
interrupters.
learning them because of Erica.
It's fantastic. When will the lights be turned off for 2023?
Usually
usually
January 1st.
First
right?
week of January. It
Sometimes-
depends on where the weekend falls. Like if you know, because a lot of people are still doing that New Year's Eve weekend. So it depends on when it falls, but we try to leave it on usually the weekend after and then turn them off.
So carrying through to 2024
Yes.
for a couple of days. So fantastic. Thank you for your efforts on this. Now, how can someone donate? How can they participate financially to help ease the costs?
Well, we do have a Facebook page that if you go to the Facebook page, it will tell you how to donate. And this year we have posters all over downtown that have a QR code. And you can just scan the QR code with your phone and it will send you to the place to donate. So,
Yes, electronically seems to be easy for most people.
yeah, so there are many ways this year. And that gives you a chance to go downtown and enjoy our beautiful, wonderful downtown. Look for a poster and scan that QR code.
There you go.
They will have the traffic blocked off and everything for this ceremony, so
Right.
expect that. I'm sure the carriages will be going through from Ivy's and everything too. But a beautiful marriage between Yaktangi Park and downtown right there.
Yes.
Mike Haller is the center of everything, and then another big guy comes in, Santa, and he kind of takes over for a little bit.
He actually turns the lights on the tree.
Yeah.
So Santa will do that. So we do want the kids to come and enjoy the evening.
We've already plotted out our strategy. We'll have a video of everything as well, so people get a chance to enjoy that. For those that can't make it tomorrow night, or those that can't make it down there physically, they'll have a chance to enjoy it as well.
And we really appreciate, you know, when everyone's sharing their pictures and their videos on Facebook and, you know, tagging the Shine on Chillicothe Facebook page. We get giddy about that, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
seeing people enjoy it because that's what we do it for, you know.
I think last year we had some engagements in the gazebo and
There was a
the-
wedding.
the star ornament, and
it's
we'd love
just-
to
it's
see
fun.
those on our page.
Who pictured that kind of impact, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It's, you know, it's really something that the community can be proud of, I think. You know, my husband last year went to the dentist right after the lighting ceremony, and she said, "Did you see all those Christmas lights downtown?" And he was like, yes, I did.
I close my eyes and I see them. Thank
You know,
you.
but people are talking about it, and it's a point of interest, and it's just something the community can be proud of, and we're really happy to do it.
Yeah. Let me ask you, as a child, did you participate in hanging all these lights? Did this?
We always went to drive and look at Christmas lights when I was a kid. That was real big in our family. And, you know, I never dreamed of growing up to be an electrician or anything. You know, I thought I was going to be a princess. But here I am covered in dirt and duck poop. But it does all kind of work together. You know, I've always loved Christmas and I love Christmas lights, and it's a fun creative outlet, and said we're all happy to do it. It's a good time.
What about you, Nancy?
Well, I have a cousin who's on the committee who recruited me and said, please come do this. And she got me to come down last fall and decorate, and I loved it. And next thing you know, I'm on the committee, and
She's
Helping
staying
with
of her
everything.
own accord. She was forced, but she's staying on her own accord.
I love it.
My brother always used the term voluntold.
But yes,
There you go.
yeah.
And so that's an easy recruitment, I guess. And I guess being an electrician, you can still be a princess and maybe have a tiara that lights up and maybe a little wand.
I
Pink
make it
tutu.
work.
You can
I
make
make
that
it work.
happen. Yeah, I like that. Shine on Chillicothe again. Everything takes place Friday night. They'll flip the switch. Santa will make the one that he pushes the button, and next thing you know, the tree turns on. But enjoy Yaktangi Park. Take pictures, take video, share it with your friends. I've seen this be where people take their Christmas card photos.
Yes, absolutely.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you for being Santa's little helpers.
Thanks for having us.
Sure
Thank
thing.
you.
And thank you for watching as well. And thanks to Rathkamp Financial for their sponsorship of this edition of Litter Media Live.